important. Oh, hello, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't really hear you there for a minute. Look, my name's Rich. I'm ringing up in regards to a conciliation outcome that was quite a number of years ago, and look, it's caused me great detriment, this rejection of this claim, and I've only just realised from the ACCCS now that it has actually been officially rejected, and I wasn't actually aware of the process. And at the time, I think it was quite an inequitable and uneven balance for me to put my argument forward. I've got a case number here, and I'd like to speak to someone at Allianz in terms of overseeing this work cover case that was a conciliation outcome that was rejected. And I'd like to offer some more information and talk to them about the possibility of it being reinstated before I go through other avenues, such as back at the ACCC or a court process, because I don't think it's sufficient that it was rejected, and I think it actually is part of a broader picture of a proven systemic oppression that's gone on for many years. And I didn't know people were using trickery to trick me out of prosperity.
Okay. Do you have your claim number there with you? I can try to see if there's anyone in the conciliation team that maybe would help.
Sure. It's from 2007, so it's a long time ago. However, I have suffered immensely at the hands of being a publicly known, kind of celebrated publicly known author, but also stigmatised and prejudiced in such an incredible, detrimental way that it actually came to such a systemic government and through all agencies movement to oppress me. It made me suicide in a hospital, and then it was covered up. So I absolutely know now for a fact that this movement to oppress me has happened for a long time. I'll give you the claim number, and then I just want to explain to you a little bit about what my position is, please. It's 09 06 01 03 251.
Okay, wonderful. Can you just confirm your name for me and the date of birth as well?
Yep, it's Richard Mclean, or Richard William Mclean, and I'm 8th of April 1973.
Okay, wonderful.
Thank you, Dale.
That's okay. Now, so pretty much what happened at the moment. So you called through. So I'm just a case manager, and I don't deal with any conciliation type of things. So
I guess what I need is to explicate my story as a marginalised and oppressed person that's the centre of... It sounds crazy, I know, but I'm in the centre of a government conspiracy. It's killed me, and I survived only by being revived. And further, the oppressive movement that caused that then covered it up. And now it's resting with a freedom of information from the Prime Minister. So in hindsight, this actual conciliation outcome from the ACCCS and work cover is actually a systemically already cooked thing from the top. And looking back now, I can see exactly why that happened. So what I need to do is speak to someone who can acknowledge who I am, my story, the document that I have, and I want to have an honest and heartfelt conversation about how this systemic oppression has affected me, and at the moment I'm actually so categorically character assassinated and scapegoated that I've lost out in multi-millions of dollars of detriment all over the government, and I'm actually homeless, and I've got a week to get out. I can't report to police, and I can't be a whistleblower, and I can't get a lawyer. So these are all very much systemic issues that are across the government, you know. And I'd like to speak to someone about my experience and the detriment that the deficiency of that claim caused me throughout my life.
Okay. Can you remember who you have the claim with? Like what type of insurer?
It's Allianz.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna put you on hold, and I'm gonna try and transfer you through to someone that's more what's the word? Has more knowledge within the conciliation side of things.
Well, I need to access someone who is in Allianz and who is actually. You are Allianz, aren't you?
I am, but I'm not within that team. So
Right, okay, that's all right. I just need to speak to someone extremely senior, because this has actually gone to not only the Attorney General and the Health Minister Hunt, but the Prime Minister, Office of Prime Minister and Cabinet himself. And this brutal oppression of me has gone on for too long, and I really would love a compassionate discussion with someone who is in a position of power in order to save me from an incredibly dangerous situation, because I can prove beyond reasonable doubt a conspiracy that has perverted the justice, you know.
yeah, of course. Okay, so I'll pop you on hold, and I'll try to find someone I can pop you through to. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
1 minute. No worries.
They're not going to come back.
Hi, Richard, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Yep. Hi. Sorry to jump off for so long. So I've tried to get into contact with some people, but I haven't been successful. I can give you a contact number for you to contact them directly, and then just speak to someone within that team, okay? And if you ask for a senior person, they'll pop you onto the right one. Is that okay?
Can I just get your name and position and where you're sending me, because I've been sent on a goose chase for years, not getting acknowledged, and I just taking a record of who I speak to.
Yeah. Okay. So you're talking to Debbie, so Debbie, and I'm a case manager at
Debbie.
Yep.
Yep. Case manager.
Yep. At Allianz.
Allianz. Yep. And what's your number again?
So the number that you called.
Yep. Okay. Great. What's the number to call then? Who's the contact person?
So it's just the general conciliation team. So you'll be able to speak to someone within that team. So the number is 03
Yep.
9947
Yep.
3000.
Okay. Great. Thanks very much.
Okay. No worries.
Bye. Call that number. Nine 3000.
Thank you for calling DXC Claims Management Services, previously known as Exchanging. Our team is working hard to maintain our service to you during this time.
It's an
We thank you
exchanging,
for your patience and
not
understanding.
alliance.
Please note calls are recorded for training and quality purposes. DXC Claims Management Services kindly request that respectful communication be maintained at all times. If you have a premium inquiry, press 1 now. For everything else, please stay on the line and we'll be with you shortly. Thank you for calling DXC Claims Management Services, previously known as Exchanging. Our team is working hard to maintain our service to you during this time. We thank you for your patience and understanding. Please note calls are recorded for training and quality purposes. DXC Claims Management Services kindly request that respectful communication be maintained at all times. We'll be with you shortly.
Hello? Hello, I just can't hear you there.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now, thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, my name's Rich. Who am I speaking to, please?
Spooty?
Pardon?
It's Spooty.
Who?
Spooty. Spoorthy. Spooty.
FP...
OORTHY.
RPHY. Full P.
PHY.
PHY, okay. And what kind of nationality is that?
Indian.
Indian, okay. I've never heard that word name before. Okay, I was just wondering, please, kind madam, if you may be able to put me in touch with someone senior at the insurance company regarding a conciliation that was given not a fair chance in 2007, and furthermore, this conciliation had literally illegally taken advantage of me in like a decision-making process, and that decision of the detriment of that case has been an ongoing systemic persecution through my whole life with the government, and I need to speak to someone who can acknowledge my claim number from 2007, and it was heard by the ACCS, and the conciliation wasn't agreed to, and so basically the insurance knocked it back. But I have a very good reason why that it should be immediately paid, and I'd like to please speak to someone who could possibly acknowledge that.
So is this regarding a claim? So is this regarding your claim that you
Yes.
lodged? Okay. So unfortunately, you've come through to the premium team.
Oh, well, can you just put me through to the other team then? Oh,
Yes. So I will forward your call to the reception.
Okay. Just do it quickly,
They will
please.
put you through to, Hey, I'm sorry about that. I'll just put you through to the reception.
You could have interrupted me. Anyway, keep going. Yep, go.
Yep, thanks. After
Oh, hello. I can't hear properly. Who is it again?
hello, how can we help you?
Hello. I'm just wondering who I'm speaking to, please.
Camilla at reception.
Carmelo. Carmelo, is it okay if I get put through to a senior member of the conciliation outcome team who oversees the ACCC and the not agreed determinations from the past?
Good question there. Okay. Who have you been dealing with this?
Look, it's a historical case. I don't have any names. Look, I'll just have a look on the sheet. I've got the conciliation outcome from the ACCS, and that was signed by Glenn Bosley. But I don't have any other names. It was Allianz, but you've changed to DXC something or other, have you? DXC, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Which claim number are you queried about? Have you got a claim number on that one for me?
Yes, I have, darling. It's
Thank you. Let me do that for a start.
Yep, it's 0906 0103 251.
Let me see who's got this one. Okay, so it's the M2 claim. I'm going to try, what I'm going to do is,
Pardon? You're dropping out.
take the case. I said I'm going to try and put you through to the case manager who's dealing with this person.
Great.
See if they've got an outcome too on that one, all right? And that way they can put you in the right direction.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
No, that's all right. I'm going to now. Okay.
Or could I get the name of the person I'm getting put through to in case I need to ring up again?
Yeah. I've got, well, the case manager, this one is Ruby Barry, but I'm just looking what she's doing at the moment. She's writing something down, so I'm just see if she's finishing up with a phone call.
Thank you so much.
Have another call, so just wait for a moment. What was your name?
Richard Mclean.
Richard? Oh, Richard, she just got off the phone, so just bear with me. So
Thank
Ruby
you so
Barry,
much.
this one, okay?
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Bye-bye. Oh, it's for yourself, Richard. Here we go. Now we've got it. All right, just a moment.
What was that? For yourself.
Lodge invoices and certificates of capacity. Request access to your information. Update your contact details. Lodge a query and read about our history and services, all with the click of a button. Simply visit dxc.com/au/claims management services Victoria today.
DXC Claims Management Services provide support in workers' compensation, occupational health and safety and well-being. We support workers who have suffered a workplace injury and provide advice and guidance to their employers. If you've suffered an injury at work, please have your claim number ready so we can assist you right away.
We're always looking for ways to improve our service, which is why our customer service team is ready to listen to your feedback. Welcome to DXC, Danielle speaking.
Oh, good afternoon, Danielle. My name's Rich, and I was actually going to be put through to Ruby Barry, but I'll just first ask how your day's going.
It's pretty good. How's yours?
It's an absolute fucking... sorry for my speech. It's a disaster.
Sure.
But look, I'm pretty chipper, and I'm just inquiring today regarding speaking to Ruby Barry. Is she there?
I think the lady before was trying to transfer you, but you got me. Did you want me to try again?
Oh, I just need the most senior person, if that's possible, please.
I'll try and transfer you to Ruby.
Thank you so much.
Lodge invoices and certificates of capacity. Request access to your information. Update your contact details. Lodge a query and read about our history and services, all with the click of a button. Simply visit dxc.com/au/claims management services Victoria today.
DXC Claims Management Services provide support in workers' compensation, occupational health and safety and well-being. We support workers who have suffered a workplace injury and provide advice and guidance to their employers. If you've suffered an injury at work, please have your claim number ready so we can assist you right away.
improve our service, which is why our customer service team is ready to listen to your feedback and will respond to your suggestions promptly and efficiently. Simply ask to be transferred to our customer service team or send your comments through to dcm-customer.service@dxc.com.
Are you interested in making your workplace safer? Ask to speak to a DXC Claims Management Services Occupational Health and Safety Advisor today.
If you'd like to learn more about workers' compensation, DXC Claims Management Services Employer Education Program covers a host of topics, including workplace safety and return to work coordination. To view the full program, head to dxc.com/au/claims management services Victoria.
There's nothing like getting back for getting better. Getting back to work after an injury is an important...
Welcome to DXC. This is Ruby.
Oh, good afternoon, Ruby. How are you going today?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Oh, well, at least life's not boring. That's all I can say. Look, I'm pretty chipper. I'm ringing up today regarding a historical claim that was done in 2007. I've got the number, but I'll just explain, framed by why I'm calling up, the utter detriment and assassination of my being, which has put me in a very vulnerable situation. So what I'm attempting to do today is to acknowledge with you the claim number, the incident, and that it's been conciliated with ACCS, and a decision wasn't agreed on. Like, we couldn't agree on it. I don't know what that meant, other than the insurance company, someone said no. Now, I obviously said this is what I'm entitled to. At the time, I was very distressed, and I didn't ever follow it up. Now, there was a period of unwellness that workplace put to me, and I recovered years later and went on to do a master's degree and a doctorate and ran my own business, which is great. But then it went not great, because what had happened really before that this even happened was that I was character assassinated. Now, this has caused a great upheaval in my life. It's been an against the wind journey my whole life, and I believe that the conciliation at with Melbourne Health was actually a part of that movement to oppress me, to deny me from justice. I can prove that legitimately, looking back in hindsight, and I just wondered if you may be able to hear a heartfelt and truthful from the heart story about this circumstance of working at Melbourne Health, and how that workplace injury exacerbated my already existing sensibilities, and how it led to me leaving, and having to leave. And further, that the conciliation that came later, was obviously a financial by an insurance company, but as a very well-known, publicly acknowledged person in the public eye, I'd been character assassinated. Now, that was actually the reason I was in the job. So I'll explain it all in a minute, but I'll get you to look up the claim number first, please.
Yeah, of course.
Yep, it's 0906
Yeah.
0103
Yeah.
251.
251. No worries. Just give me 2 seconds.
Now, this is a really kind of cross-complex situation, because I'll just see if you get that claim first.
Yeah, yep, I've got that all up there.
Okay, now, what has happened to me is, Now, I don't know if you might want to have a quick read of that claim form, and or the A trip. Have you got the copy of the ACCS outcome?
I'm just having a read of what's going on.
Yeah. Okay. I'll let. Do you want me to give you a minute or so?
Keep
Okay. Look. I had actually had a disturbance early on in life. Looking back, it makes perfect sense. I hadn't acknowledged that I was sexually abused. And this came out much later in life. Like, I'd always remembered it, but I didn't ever give it a name. I didn't speak it. I just thought that was my, I don't know, I guess you only get one piece of string, and the string's yours, and you know, and shame, and that it doesn't exist and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, look, that led to my psychosis, whatever you call it, at age 20 and 21. And further than that, I made a complete recovery and managed to get work at the Herald Sun as an artist and illustrator in a public position, and worked there for a year and a half. And then I went across to The Age and had a very fulfilling, even-keeled, well-paced work life balance, and I did that for another 5 or 6 years. So in actual fact, I was a really well balanced and really high functioning man. I mean, I was in a very public role in at The Age and as an illustrator. And now what had happened was, I'm speaking from the heart today. I know, like, people from insurance companies sometimes just, it is about money. That's what we're talking about. But look, I wrote a book on my experience with that particular psychosis when I was at The Age, and it was published by Allen and Unwin to high regard, and got Sane's Book of the Year and a Human Rights Award. Now, the people that wanted to know about mental illness, or what could be deemed as mental illness, were people, you know, obviously in that, who wanted to hear about it. But the people who didn't want to hear about it is society, parents, the whole world, like your workplace. And within 2 weeks of that book being published, the Herald Sun defamed me. Now, that book was an extraordinarily courageous and insightful book about the realities of what I went through. It was actually more sane than insane, because I'd actually had different realities, and then I'd explained it explicitly and with clarity. So I was actually really well aware, self-reflectively, of what I had gone through. I was well adjusted, and I was working in my role. Now, within 2 weeks of that being published, the Herald Sun, my old place of work, didn't like how left field I was, and they vilified me publicly by putting my words in their newspaper, in the Sunday paper, and they put the words in capital letters in an Arial font: "My descent into madness. How schizophrenia stole Richard Mclean's mind." Now, that's a really heinous thing to happen, and because I'd had used the word madness and stuff, I didn't really see it as, it was just phrasing the story. But in actual fact, what I didn't realise was happening is they were absolutely catastrophically character assassinating me. And within the next 3 weeks, my 5.5-year job at The Age I was just managed out. I was rostered off until I was forced to leave. It was a really fast and detrimental thing to have published that book and made myself so vulnerable, you know. And anyway, so because I'd been doing so much advocacy work, and I used to do talks at the Mental Health Research Centre and Sane Australia, and I was a Sane speaker, and in my career as an advocate, I've spoken everywhere from Montreal to Parliament to Dubbo to Warrnambool, Montreal. I've been an internationally known human rights awarded advocate, right? And that was part of the reason why Northwest Area Mental Health Service hired me, because I was a consultant for people who had had an illness. So that's that little bit of the conversation. Now, what's happened is psychiatrists are funny creatures, you know. They will always, they're looking for one thing, and that's illness. They're not looking to say how flushed you look are in the cheeks and how healthy you are. They're looking for reasons that you are suffering. And usually they're rich, powerful people in positions of privilege who can absolutely, with the flick of a pen and audacious conceitedness, just throw you to the wolves. And this is what's happened in the case here. Now, I acknowledge that I'm just going through it myself. Now, I did really love the job at Northwest Area Mental Health Service, and I did love working with all the people and their experiences and stuff. But as a general thing, if you're a highly sensitive person like I am, to be around vulnerable people who are also empaths and who are also highly vulnerable and maybe have some discordancy about them, there's a lot of brilliance to that. But when you're confronted with it every day and there's that amount of paperwork and stuff that goes with it, that's what tipped me over the edge, like from that job. And it exacerbated my already underlying stresses and the already underlying stresses of being character assassinated. So I was afraid then that that I'd be treated like a mad person, you know. And I've spent the rest of my life trying to reverse that. And sadly, it hasn't worked, because the detriment caused in dollars to me, looking back in hindsight, is probably about $50 million. And that is, that it's not just from this case. This case is small, but it's really important right now for the reason of I have been catastrophically character assassinated and scapegoated. I don't have a friend or family in the world. I'm actually squatting. I have cancer. I apparently have a mental illness. Now, this systemic government oppression that's got its roots in prejudice happened for decades, a decade before that job at Northwest Area Mental Health Service, but it tipped it over the edge there. And I was unwell for a while, and then I recovered finally after a big rest, and I'm actually okay most of the time as long as I'm not systemically oppressed and judged and persecuted, you know. Now, I know that sounds all quite conspiratorial. However,
No, I'm listening, definitely.
yeah, however, what had happened was, now it says here, I mean, I speak freely about my condition and saying it was already present. We both know that. And I had no worries about saying that whatsoever. Now, they have argued here that this stress didn't occur during work. Now, I wish to, first of all, question that in the basics of it, in that when I worked at The Age, it was 3 to 5 days a week, and the same at the Herald Sun. And that really suited me because it was a high-paying job, and it was in a mechanism that a sensitive person could deal with. Like I'd start work at lunchtime, I'd go through to 8 or 9 o'clock. The hours suited me and everything. When I got to Northwest Area Mental Health Service, the steep learning curve of absolutely and utterly changing your profession and learning a new computer system, and I'm an artist and designer. I'm also a public speaker and an advocate, and I was suited to the job. But the amount of red tape, the amount of being around other vulnerable people that exacerbated me, and the combination of systemic issues within the organisation, because as a person who had already been character assassinated by the Herald Sun, all of a sudden I'm surrounded by psychiatrists. And it really was, I felt like I was looked down upon. I mean, they're all getting paid, $300 an hour, and here I was on whatever. Now it was a horrible adjustment to my life, because it was only a half unit wage or something, half time, and I wasn't really even getting enough to get by. So there was that stress as well, and I'd work hard. And look, there's reasons in this plan that say, it says here it can be reviewed for a senior officer at Allianz. Now, I'm going to tell you a very brief story. I'm sorry to keep you on the phone today. What is the time?
No, that's okay. Don't apologise.
I don't want to keep you overtime if you want to go home. Look, I'm in an extremely vulnerable situation. Now, over the years, it's been revealed to me, and only by this method of reverse engineering this systemic, in-depth government oppression that is already ingrained in people as a inherent prejudice, and no matter what I do in life, I'm always mad. It's quite uncanny that you can never shake that. And despite the opposite being true, for example, like when I recovered from the abuse and stuff, and from the exacerbated illness and stress at the at Northwest Area Mental Health Service, I took a long time to get over that, and then I would collect myself again, and I'd go back to work, and then I found an amazing medication for me, which was dexamphetamine, which is for ADHD. It broke through my depression, and the depression was mostly caused by actual real things. But anyway, moving on, looking back, I've just briefly, I'll try and be quick, I've lost, sorry, I'm going for ages, I'm sorry. I've been systemically oppressed that much. I have, I can't even begin to try and explain. I was actually murdered. Now, this is the epic height of it. There are a few reasons for that. It was a conspiracy to manslaughter, because I was accidentally found and revived, and that's why I speak a bit funny now, because I actually have an unacknowledged brain injury, and I can't think anymore, and my face has dropped. And in addition to that, when I've got to tell you the story. Sorry if I'm rambling, but I forget my train of thought. Now, what had happened was, after Northwest Area Mental Health Service, I lost that work cover case, the one we're talking about now, and that maybe would have set me on a huge other trajectory of some prosperity and a different way forward. But I've lived my whole life, just about, in abject poverty, going from house to house. I've moved 27 times and lived with 97 different people. It has been an extraordinary journey of oppression and neglect and stigma, and people judging me, and it's been awful. But I fought back, and I did a master's degree in education. I had a relationship with another person who was an ASIO agent, and then I went forth and did a PhD and ran my own business for 2.5 years, working for the NDIA as a allied health professional and therapeutic support, helping marginalised people in the community, because I do it for nothing anyway, and now I was getting paid for it. It was great. Anyway, so I did that. Now, what had happened was, I was framed by a few different things, but in the basic gist of it, I've literally been oppressed to the degree, and gaslighted to a degree, and framed by powerful people such as editors of the Herald Sun and my former partner at ASIO, who still owes me $500,000. Now, my current situation right now today, it's a sad story. I've got cancer. I've no one's acknowledged it in 4 months. Not one person is on my side. Everyone has forsaken me, and it's because of prejudice, discrimination, and stigma, and it's because of maybe I'm gay or whatever, or I've been public about regretful sex, and I get rationally paranoid that like when I first called up Allianz, it was the name Debbie, and Debbie was the woman who I had the consensual but regretful sex with. Now this is losing my virginity, so I'm going to the too deep now. Look, all I want to say is I can't go to police. I can't get a lawyer because I had a legitimate complaint out of grief. It wasn't mental illness. I was grief-stricken. My friend killed himself, and I was very isolated doing a PhD, and I felt suicidal. So I said to the doctor I was going to kill myself, and then he gave me the medication to do it. I just couldn't believe, like, it couldn't have been, you couldn't have done a worse job of it, And anyway, so his lawyer, when I made the complaint, because I've never, ever had a lawyer. Now, it's against the Charter of Human Rights of People with a Disability, ratified by the government in 2008, that I have equal and access to the law and equitable for it. And that I'm not tortured, I'm not prejudiced, I'm not stigmatised, I have a home, all these things. Right now, that is not the thing happening because I can't go to police, I can't get a lawyer, because the doctor's lawyer informs government policy and sits on the Australian legal bar, so no wonder I couldn't get one. And also, I can't be a whistleblower. So, framed by this extraordinary lifetime persecution is a little part of the story, which is this Allianz claim that we're talking about. And furthermore, after the doctor thing happened, and after my failed attempts at trying to get an acknowledgement from my former partner, because I'd been framed out of my work. I lost my sexual abuse case at VOCAT because I was framed as an extortionist. Like this, I can't believe my luck. Anyway, I found out I was framed as an extortionist only after I was hospitalised, ripped away from my home by police, chucked in a divvy van and driven to the nut house. Now, the doctor there knew of my former partner at ASIO, and he knew that things like he was present in a murder and all this kind of stuff, that I told him in secret. Now, that hospital treated me with such contempt, and I had been so deceived by the world and misdiagnosed, because I wasn't psychotic. The delusions of persecution they said I had were actually real. So basically, I was locked up and I attempted suicide. Now, I was found with no blood and no pulse, and basically, it was a cover-up. That I was blamed for wanting to die, and I knew I wasn't mad. I was affected by systemic abuse and people gaslighting me. Now, when I left that hospital, the discharge summary said that it was an adjustment disorder. Now, that's a fancy way of a psychiatrist saying it's an actual reaction to real things. So basically, it said I was neither psychotic nor delusional, and neither was I had psychosis. So, and then immediately after that, my family dumped me. The taboo of death was so perverse for some people. People just said move on, but how can you move on when you've got such powerful people within government and agencies who are acting against you? And furthermore, then I lost my my income assist because I had to take a break from work because I lost my sexual abuse case. Blah, blah, blah. So, look, I lost $1 million at APRA. I lost $1 to $2 million at the Australian AFCA, who watched. I didn't know, but they had a 4-week determination period to get to my determinations, and they took 2 years. And they watched me, and I begged them to come to the determination to save my financial woes. And they watched me burn, and I literally was hospitalised out of vagrancy and desperation, and literally died because these agents were pitted against me. And further to that, after then I lost. There's another work cover case that's going on from my later work years later in life. That's the recent one. But anyway, sorry, I'm talking too much now. But basically, I can absolutely prove a conspiracy to pervert the course of justice based in prejudice, and it's systemic and it's public, and I'm a public figure. And my question to you today is that, are we able in any way, considering my heartfelt story that I've just told you, that I could possibly speak, I hope you're the person who can make this decision, to someone who can acknowledge my story and the whistleblowing website that I've put up, and acknowledge the claim number, acknowledge that it's never been decided. Like I was framed out, like, I know it's about money, no one's giving away money these days, but that was really a legitimate claim for a work cover injury, you know, and it's never been claimed, and it's still, like, it's been rejected, but it's still open. Now I'm hoping with all my heart and my self-Jesus love and everything else, and my black humour, that someone will be able to acknowledge that it was a legitimate claim, and that this is possible to be reversed, and it is possible to be reversed, framed by the broader movement that I think the insurance company was in on, to render me bereft of prosperity. And that's for reason.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I've spoke for too long. Sorry.
No, you're okay. So, I can see that you've been speaking with Laura. Is that right? So you're just wanting to.
Oh, don't tell me I told her that story for nothing. I'm telling the wrong person. No.
No. I've just seen Laura's name. I haven't read. No, not at all.
Oh.
No.
Oh God! I was going to say, oh my God! I feel so exhausted. I've got to go. Look, I've literally got no money, no food. I'm squatting. I've got no home. I can't go to the police, but VCAT are going to come and move me on with the police because I can't afford rent. For 16 months after I literally died, no one stood up for me or rose a pen. I had to do it. The Ombudsman condoned it as nothing to see. And then the government literally oppressed me in many agencies, including this latest work cover case. And it's millions, it's multi-millions of dollars in detriment, and I'm sitting here exploiting. And you know what the end goal is? As a suicide survivor, they're hoping I'll kill myself. I can't see it any other way than they are reducing willfully, consciously, maliciously, and systemically this abuse of a privilege, and it's to render me broke. And I've got no food, doll. You know, this is my distress. And I've got a brain injury, and it's been 16 months. 16 months, and I haven't even seen a psychologist.
Okay. Sorry.
Sorry, I probably confused you.
No, don't apologise. That's okay.
Confused. It's just an overwhelming life, you know.
Yeah. So just in regards to the claim, so you're under, so it's open, but they've said that they're not going.
Well, I've got a certificate here from the ACCS. Apparently, we did have a conciliation. It was on the someone signed it called Glenn Bosley, a conciliation officer, date 12th of November 2007. I'm seeking. Well, it's not only the fact that it's legitimate, but if it's fast processed, it would literally save me a life of vagrancy on the streets and food.
Okay.
You know.
So for your claim.
Yeah. So I'd like it to be revisited, and if possible, speak to a senior person to have it acknowledged, even though it's gone to the ACCS and it's been rejected by the company. That framed by my life experience, I can prove that this is a part of a movement of oppression, you know?
Yeah.
And,
okay, so needing to know how to get it looked at again.
Yeah, sorry, to be blunt. Sorry. I always put too many words into, I don't know. It's part of the brain injury, you know?
Yeah, that's all right. I just want to make sure that I'm understanding.
Yeah, so basically, I told you that story for the purposes of you understanding where I'm coming from a heartfelt perspective, and that I think that was a valid claim, and I'm looking for someone to re-acknowledge it and possibly fast-track it to reduce the absolute year and a half desolation I've found myself in. Because I get,
Yeah, so I'll need to reach out to so we'll definitely go into contact with the ACCS again.
Oh, okay. I've got a contact person there if you'd like to liaise with them.
Oh, yeah, did you have their details?
Yeah, so I was made aware of this because someone, now his name is Alex. Alex, I don't, it's from a place called conciliation.vic.gov.au. Does that make sense? Yep. Now,
exactly.
the file number is 07/7386.
7386.
Yep, the claim number's the same, and it's Allianz Workers' Compensation Vic. And now this person got back to me today, and I thought it might be an opportunity, a blessing from above, you know. His name's Alex, and his surname's Z for zebra, H for Harry, E for egg, N for Nelly, and then G for giraffe.
Yep.
And his...
is there a contact number?
Yep, he's at the Accident Compensation Conciliation Service, and he's on 03-9940 111. Or his direct number is 03-9940 1014. I'm sorry, I'm finding it hard to read because my eyes have deteriorated in the neglect, and I haven't got enough money, not even for food, but for glasses and basic stuff, you know.
So we're needing to. So if we can get a hold of Alex and just.
Oh, I've got his email address here.
Oh, yeah, that's even better.
Yeah, so I can just send you what he said to me, but he said to me, he said they can't deal with the issues, these other issues that I've raised also with you. They're not within their jurisdiction. That's one I hear often. It's not within our jurisdiction, or not within our remit. That's what they say. He suggests going to Comcare, but Comcare's rejected my current work cover case. The Fair Work Ombudsman, well, they've already rejected me. The Australian Financial Complaints Authority, I lost $2,000 there, and they framed me and I can't go anywhere. You know, I've gone to the Attorney General, now at the Prime Minister's office. No one will acknowledge this huge systemic oppression that I've gone through, but or the Administrative Appeals Tribunal where my Comcare case is. Now, the government, having already killed me, then covered it up, and now have a government, actually the government's suing me, and also the government's rejected my work cover claim for working for the NDIS, and now they've got a 25-year experienced lawyer to really bury me deep when I go to the conciliation. This has taken a year and a half. I'm living in poverty. I can't believe my luck. Anyway, so...
So did you have Alex's...
Oh, sorry. Yes, I did. Yeah.
Yeah?
It's Alex, his surname, Z for zebra, H for Sarah, ENG. at conciliation.vic.gov.au. I can actually send you the out. Oh, he sent the the outcome letter. I think the one you've got. Is that the one you've got?
Let me...
I can forward the whole email to you if you like, and if you'd like to liaise with him, what's the process from here? Like, conciliation was brought in as a body to kind of address it, like address the
to review again.
No, he said they can't review again. So I'm hoping someone, a senior advisor at Allianz, can take my story on face value and, like, are they still going to reject it after everything I've told you?
Right. So that's why we need to get in touch with Alex.
Okay. Well, I'll just do a reply all now. And what's your best email there, my lovely?
So if you are you able to send it through so it goes onto the 0906010.
Yeah, I've got all that. I've got his whole email and that thing ready, and I'll send it to Alex, and I'll say, hey, hi Alex, I'm introducing you to Ruby Barry, is it?
Yes. Yep.
I'll go, hi Alex. I am
Just quickly, this claim is the DXC.
I'm not understanding all this. This is where I need an advocate, you know?
Yeah. So you can send it through, or I can send Alex an email.
I'll just send it through.
Yeah.
And what will your role be with him?
So pretty much what my role is as a claims officer is this claim, like I'm your claims officer for the 0906001 claim, and then I relay essentially everything back to you, but decisions and things are all made by medical specialists, and like the conciliation, I'm not a part of the conciliation, but I get like told outcomes and things of what happened.
Right, okay. I was hoping... See, what I asked for at the beginning of the conversation was a senior person to be able to acknowledge the case and be able to review it. But you did...
I definitely flag it where it needs to go.
Oh, where it needs to go. Okay, yep. Yeah. I just don't... you say that doctors decide it, but this is a historical thing. Now, framed by my whole life... This movement of oppression and slander goes up to the Attorney General and the Prime Minister of the country. I prove on my website beyond reasonable doubt a conspiracy to pervert the course of justice and a vile victimisation that has led me to death and then survive it only to be dumped and then rejected. It's been that long. And this has just come up. I'm praying to the Lord, Jesus Christ, the Buddha, Muhammad, whoever you want, that this is going to be a break for me, you know?
Yeah, with the ACCC.
So what will I say to him? I'll just say, hi Alex, I'm introducing you to Ruby Barry. Yep. She is from Allianz?
No, so from DXC.
DXC? I'll just say, please treat this as urgent.
Pardon, sorry?
I'll just say, please treat this as urgent.
Yeah.
I'll just say regarding my website, which is killhim.info. I know it's black humour. I'll just say I heartfelt pray this be acknowledged, as I am homeless with cancer, apparently a mental illness, and now a brain injury that was sustained by systemic government oppression and then covered up. I'll just say I have lived in poverty for 16 months. I cannot go to police. I cannot get a lawyer. I probably shouldn't tell him I couldn't get a lawyer because he's probably going to go, great, he can't get one. That's how paranoid I am. I'm rationally paranoid. And I can't be a whistleblower.
So Richard, once you send this through, I'll flag this like with the team manager.
Yep.
Yep. And we'll be in contact, with Alex. And just see.
Okay. I'll just say, please say the website, killhim.info. I've done the public speech on the website proving the conspiracy, which could really throw the election, really. Can you, I'll just say, can you please fast track the re-evaluation of this claim as it will avoid immediate detriment and further suffering. Kindly, Rich. Well, I'm Dr. Rich now. I like to say Dr. Dick. Oh, sorry, I haven't got your email address. Where will I send it to?
That's okay. So that's what I was going to say. So if you can send it through, just definitely make sure that claim number's on it. So
Yep.
then it goes to the file for the whole team to be able to see.
Yep.
Yep. So I can give you the email. So DCM.
Hang on, are you Allianz?
No.
Who are you? Who do you work for?
For DXC exchanging. So that's where this claim is with.
Right, okay. DX.
Yeah.
So the email address is DXC.
No. So
Oh.
DCM.
So D for dummy.
D for dog, C for cat, M for Mary.
Yep.
A hyphen.
I see. DCM/customer.service@dxs.com.
So you can send to that one, or I can give you another one as well.
Yep.
Yep. And so we'll go the DCM hyphen again, and then I've got info, INFO,
Yeah.
at dxc.com. But just definitely, if you make sure that number, the 0906 number is on there. And then that way the team manager and things can review it all as well.
Okay, no worries. Okay, thanks so much. Is there anything else more that you can do in your role to help acknowledges go fast? Because Alex has basically said that it can't happen, you know?
So, as I say, I will, I've already escalated with the team manager, and then once that comes through, we can escalate it again.
Could you? I know it's pushing the boundaries, but I literally have no food, and if it is proven that this should have been paid, I mean, it's caused
Massive.
it's really, I mean, you can't undo history, you know, but I mean, if that had changed, it was like sliding doors, you know. If I had got that, my life would have been so different, you know. And the detriment, the utter detriment, you know. I don't want to have to be nasty about it, you know. I don't want to. I just want to be. I just want to be relieved of my situation because it is a valid claim and it's never been solved.
Yeah. So everything. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. As I say, I'll relay. Yeah. What you've said to me is just
Okay.
As much as I can.
Do you want me to just CC this to you too, so you can have a copy of it?
So it'll go straight onto. That's the only thing. I just want to make sure that it definitely goes straight onto that number, so then the team managers have access to it as well, and the technical managers have access to everything. Is that okay?
I don't know why I can't email it to you.
No, you can, but I just we send everything, we give the info email, so it goes up because there's a little bit of a delay. But you can send it to me if you like.
Okay, I will.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's Ruby, RUBY.
RUBY.
Yep. Full stop Barry, BARRY.
Yep.
@dxc.com.
Okay, thank you very much. And
No
and
worries.
just on a personal note, if you do have some compassion, no, I know people are people and we have professional lives, but if you do have compassion for my story and would like to know about this extraordinary James Bond thing of my life, have a look at the website killhim.info and look at the. I really hope that I can turn this massive amount of this disaster into something good. You know. And I hopefully by speaking from the heart and compassionately, I can acknowledge that and get the help I need and be relieved of homelessness. You know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have to listen to him then. Well, thank you so much, Richard. I'll escalate this as soon as it comes through.
Thanks. I'll just send it out. Can I just stay on the phone while it gets to you? And I'll just.
Yeah.
Okay. The guy that did say go to Comcare and Fair Work and Australian Financial Complaints Authority and AAT, but they're all pitted against me because they're government organisations.
I'm just waiting. Have you sent it?
Yeah, I did send it. It should be sent.
Might take a little second to come through.
Yeah, it might take a little second. And that's the thing too. My computer's bugged. It's hacked. They destroyed my business. A company that hosts my 20-year website with all the evidence on it. They destroyed it with impunity. I can't believe it. Anyway, and all of the evidence.
I've got that one now.
Oh, you did it. Get it. Okay. So
Yeah,
yeah.
so I'll send that through.
Okay. No worries. Thank you so much. Thank you for your help today. Bye. Oh, good day.
Richard, hey.
Hello.
Are you home at the moment?
No.
I was just going to drop that discharge summary off.
A what?
I was going to drop that discharge summary off.
Can you just leave it in the letterbox?
I can't leave these documents unless they're in a locked letterbox.
Can you put it under the door?
Yeah, alright. Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, great. Will you pop down now?
Yeah, I'll be leaving shortly.
Thanks, mate.